What could be a really fun, creative, and joyful solution to some of the biggest problems that we face?
What we're doing is radical within the activist and yoga community. Off the mat to the world is the what's next.
The concept whose time has come.
Years I felt like I wanted to do volunteer work or an activism, but I wasn't quite sure how or where to start.
Off the mat into the world means taking everything that you've learned on the mat, strength, compassion, focus, and flexibility, and extending it out so that everything that you do in the name of love.
Off the mat's really about finding your purpose, your passion, and then doing, being creative.
To literally go off my mat and into the world and spread my light.
I saw Julia Butterfly standing on a stage. I had anticipated that Julia was going to come out and tell everyone how to live their lives. And instead she got up there and talked about God and about love and about personal and social responsibility and how the two are interdependent. And I saw for the first time that an activist and a yogi do not have to be separate.
Sean had been contacted by our parent company, the Engage Network.
Engage realized that one of the places to begin their programs was in the yoga community.
This community is already in place. Let's go in there and see what we can help create.
The 1 week intensive is, as the name implies, very intense.
Oh, it's raw. It's definitely raw.
It's sort of like a week's immersion into a transformational process.
Hell yeah, it's very confronting. Damn right is digging in.
There's an inherent purification that has to go through. We have to detoxify, which is so overwhelming.
We take them through a deep process of saying, all right, what's inside of you that needs to be healed, that needs to be expressed, that you need to let go of, so that when you step out into the world, you're clear.
So allow your breath right now to cleanse and support the divine vessel of your body.
Off the mat is really effective because it asks everyone to check in with themselves. It asks everyone to go on this journey, this process of getting really clear about their own personal evolution.
The second half of the training says, all right, you've looked at your stuff, you know what it is, it's on the table. Now what do you want to do in the world?
If I had all the resources in the world, what would I do with it? Tomorrow, say you gave me $1 million, what would I create with that?
Part of the idea of all coming together and doing this work is to ultimately create a project.
I own a yoga center in Indianapolis, Indiana, and we do programs called the Yoga Recovery, addictions and homelessness.
What resources would you need?
For women who have been in prison, women that just have a hard time coming back into the work world.
See if you can move past, you cannot fail.
This is an opportunity for you to get articulate, be potent with your words, inspire them with your own inspiration.
More than anything, it just allowed me to find my voice and really step into my own power.
How to use my voice with compassion, with clarity, with a purpose, and with love.
The 7-week program is led by teachers that we train and that we mentor, who are then going to go out into their community and create circles of change.
Off the mat into the world doesn't really come up with a should. It's a template, exercises, so to help people identify where they're at today, which is evolving.
Once I've done that work myself, I can help other people prepare their garden in order for forgiveness to happen and love to flower.
If I can learn how to do it the way they're doing it, if I can make it impact the way they're making an impact, that's why I'm here.
A girlfriend of mine was in Southeast Asia working with youth aids, and she wanted to know, did I have any tips or tools, or how do I work with this kind of population? It was in that moment that something shifted where I thought, I have a yoga community. I have a platform.
Whoever raises $20,000 gets to go to Cambodia to do a leadership training.
Work with the orphans, see Cambodia, see what's going on there. Daily yoga, daily processing work.
And then in 2010, we'll be going to South Africa and Uganda, working with orphanages and schools there. I imagine we'll be doing a different fundraising challenge each year, and that those trips will become very important, leaving legacies.
Sacred activism is the willingness to see God in all the moments, both the light as well as the dark.
And ultimately, if we want to heal this planet, we have to remember there is no separation. We're all connected. Inhale, arms reach.
Recognizing there is no right, wrong, good or bad. There's just this opportunity for transcendence. Being willing to walk into one's own inner life.
And so to take that energy and that consistency that we learn in our practice of yoga and applying it to the rest of our life is something that can change this country and in turn change the rest of the world. So I encourage other yogis to really take that idea on what can I do off the mat that I've learned from the practice.
The doors keep opening and we're clearly in our destiny and everything is unfolding quite magically.
True happiness comes from knowing oneself and being of service, really.
I think that we're an example of three women that are powerful and outspoken in their own right, who are great at collaborating with each other.
We're off the mat into the world. And you can find us at offthematintotheworld.org.